and get started. Welcome, everyone, to our second tiny training series on human resources. Today's training is going to be on employee recruitment and retention, and I'm excited to bring this training to everyone here today. So first off, just want to start with a big welcome. If you could please put your ECP number for ECP credits in the chat, as well as your name and your program name, so we can make sure that everyone gets credit for this. Attendance to 4 of these trainings does get you 2 hours of ECP credit. So thanks for doing that. And I am going to start off. So today's tiny training is on human resources. We're going to talk today about employee retention and recruitment. Little bit on recruitment, but mostly what we're going to share today is the important stuff on retention. Little bit about Montana Child Care Business Connect. We are an organization that's focused on supporting communities and entrepreneurs with business elements of starting, owning, and operating child care programs in the state of Montana. We work to provide services in the following 5 areas of training: ECP credits for continued business education, technical assistance through individual business consultations, community capacity building programs, peer-to-peer business mentoring, and we have a robust web source hub for all of you in the childcare industry. My name is Kendra Edlin. I'm a childcare business advisor at Montana Childcare Business Connect. I'm passionate about helping Montana childcare businesses start, grow, and sustain. I have 20 years experience in training, coaching, and leading professional teams. I've conducted countless interviews and trained teams to work together for ultimate success. I am painfully aware of the struggles that small businesses face when it comes to employee retention. The culture of the revolving door in our industry absolutely must stop. Trust me, I feel your pain. Most people get into early childhood education knowing that they're not going to make a doctor's salary. So we can't keep using the excuse that we aren't paying our staff enough as the reason why our employees aren't staying. Yes, we absolutely need to work on compensation in our industry, but it's been my experience that people will stay where they are happy. Today, we're going to talk about creating a culture where employees stay. So to get started, we're going to talk really briefly today a little bit about recruitment best practices. And all human resource professionals out there are going to tell you that there are 8 best practices when you're out there looking for an employee. And recruitment best practices help you identify and attract that excellent candidate with the right skills, qualifications, and experience for the job. This increases the likelihood of finding the best fit for your organization. There's 8 best practices to find your perfect fit for your organization. The first best practice to think about is having a clear recruitment plan. The clear recruitment plan is from what are we looking for in our candidate? How are we going to apply? How are we going to put the applications out there? What are we going to do to help our staff identify the things that we want in our candidate? And so clear recruitment plan from the beginning. I always like to say that the best job starts with a clear job description. There's nothing worse than starting a job and having it be a description that is completely opposite or not at all in alignment with what the job actually entails. So we like to encourage people to remember that to have a good job description, you want to be very clear about what the job duties, tasks, and things are involved in that particular job. Advertising is important. You want to make sure that you're hitting it on more than just Facebook. And I know that we have become an industry where Facebook is where we hold it as the holy grail, but to encourage you all to be looking at other job boards and other ways out there that we do advertise as well. You want to think about your interview process. You want to make sure that your candidate is a great cultural fit, and we're going to talk a lot about that in just a minute. You want to make sure that you're hiring for diversity and inclusion. A great workforce is a diverse workforce, and there's plenty of statistics out there to support that. You want to make sure that you're conducting the proper screening and background checks. And then you want to get creative with how you're going to recruit and find that perfect candidate. This is a subject that we could talk on for an hour. And today I really want us to focus on how we're retaining that great person once we find them. So we're going to move right on into employee retention and the things that we can do to create a culture in our organization where employees stay. So following recruitment best practices is important when finding the right employee, but today we're going to talk about creating a culture where your employee will stay. So now you have the perfect employee. What do you do? Turnover is expensive. It's bad for children and it's bad for parents. And it's really kind of bad for your business. So today let's focus on how to help your employees and your families feel connected to the business that you have. Research has shown that employees will stay with an organization when they have a clear understanding of the culture that they work in, and they have a connection to that culture. Culture is created through many practices, but at the core of these practices are three very vital elements: a company mission, a company vision, and a set of core values. So if this is something that you haven't thought of in the past, it's okay. Creating a corporate mission and vision and core value statement is critical step in defining the purpose and long-term goals of your organization. These statements provide a clear direction and a sense of purpose for your company, helping to align your team and your stakeholders. We're going to cover each of these individually. In addition to creating this culture, research shows that employees will stay with an organization when they have these 5 things: transparent leadership, empowered to make decisions, given an opportunity for growth, work-life balance, and recognition and reward. So let's start off by talking about a company mission. The mission statement focuses on the present, the current and today. A good mission statement is going to explain, what does your company do? How does your company do it? And why does your company do it? Keep in mind that your mission statement should be concise, engaging, and inspirational. This isn't a time to be long-winded and out there, but you want to make sure that it is to the point. This is important because it helps your business stand out, highlights the benefits of your childcare program. It helps employees know the purpose of their job. This statement should speak to both internal and external people within the organization. It's good to revisit your mission statement every year and to make sure that it still aligns with what you do and how you do it and why you do it. We recognize that companies change time to time, and you want to make sure that your mission statement is still 100% in alignment with what you do every day. Next is the vision statement. And our vision statement illustrates where the company is headed and what it aspires to achieve. It should indicate a defined direction for growth and goals. It focuses on the future, painting a picture of what the organization aims to achieve or become. Look to the future aspirations and long-term goals of your organization. Be ambitious, but still attainable. Think of your vision statement as that North Star that motivates your team while still being aligned with your capabilities and resources. Describe to the future of your organization. What does success look like? What's the impact you aim to have on your community, state, and even the world? Your vision statement should be compelling and motivational. It should generate excitement and a sense of purpose among your team. Okay, so how to create company values. The values are these special words that determine the fundamentals and principles that guide your organization. These should be your moral and ethical foundation of your business. Identifying your program's core values is an essential step in defining its culture and aligning the organization's actions with its mission and vision statements. Here's a structured approach to identify your program's core values. Number one, you want to assess your current values. Start by assessing the current values within your organization. This can be done through surveys, interviews, or focus groups with employees, management, and other stakeholders. Ask questions about what they believe in, about the program values, what principles guide its actions, and what makes it unique. After you've assessed, you want to analyze. Examine the program's history, including its founding principles, the values of its founder. Identify the key moments, decisions, and actions that have shaped your organization, culture, and value over time. And 3, define aspirational values. Consider what values you aspire. Look to the future and think of, what do you want your organization to look like in a month, in 6 months, in a year? These aspiration values should reflect the kind of culture you want to create within the organization. Seek external input. Look to your partners, your customers, especially your parents, and ask for their input. Conduct values workshops. Host workshops and brainstorming sessions with employees and stakeholders. Narrow down your list, prioritize, and test. And I know when we were working on our corporate values for Montana Child Care Business Connect in 0 to 5, we went back to them 5, 6 times even, reworded. Do we really do that? Let's take a look at it this way. And it's really important that you do test these values. You want to create a draft, then seek some feedback. Share it with people you trust. Share it with peers and other people in the industry. See what they think. Finalize and communicate your values. This is the most important thing. Live the values. Take time with your staff, with yourself, to really look at those values. We look at them on a weekly basis, and we really do try to point out, how are we living these values? It's one of the things I love the most about working in a place where the values are at the core and the front of everything that we do. All righty. If you needed a little bit of inspiration, there's tons of lists out there of core value words that can get you started. Words like inclusivity, creativity, passion, honesty, diversity. The list is endless, and you can find places and ways to go find them. Okay, another huge part of company culture is how we communicate. You guys, millennials are 22 times more likely to work for a company with a high trust culture. This percentage is even higher with Generation Z. Transparent communication in a company is essential for building trust. It's important for fostering a positive workplace culture and driving organizational success. The key benefits of transparent communication are trust building, improved employee morale, enhanced employee engagement, better decision-making, conflict resolution, innovations in problem solving, enhanced productivity, increased accountability, reduced anxiety and uncertainty. And I want to reiterate that one again. Reduced anxiety and uncertainty. When communication is open, employees are less likely to experience anxiety and uncertainty about their jobs and their company future. Studies have shown millennials are unwilling to feel anxious in the workplace today. Keep that in mind. Effective change management and transparent communication is crucial during times of change. During times of change or restructuring, it helps employees understand the reasons for changes, and it fosters a smoother transition. And then you want to make sure that you're empowering your employees. Empowering and involving employees in decision-making and problem-solving processes can have numerous benefits for both the individual and the organization. Here are some of the key advantages. Increased job satisfaction. When employees are involved in decision-making and feel empowered, they often experience higher job satisfaction. They have a sense of ownership and contribution to the organization's success. Higher engagement. Empowered employees are more engaged and committed to their work. They take a proactive role in the tasks and responsibilities. This is really important in the childcare industry because you can't always be there with your staff telling them to do this and do that. You need them to be able to discern what needs to be done and be proactive about it. Engagement in your organization is critical. Improved morale. Involvement in empowerment can lead to improved morale and a positive workplace culture. Employees feel valued and respected. Enhanced creativity and innovation. Employees who have the autonomy to make decisions and to propose solutions are more likely to come up with creative ideas and innovate solutions to problems. How many staff meetings do you have where you ask your staff, what do you guys think? How can we make this better? Employees who feel that they are progressing in their careers are 20% more likely to still be working at their companies in 1 year's time. Remember that progress does not need to be a promotion, but needs to show growth. Millennials will not stay where they don't feel mentored. Mentorship is a very big thing. Providing employees with opportunities for growth is crucial for a variety of reasons, and it benefits both the employees and the organization. Here are some key reasons why offering growth opportunities are important. Employee engagement. When employees see opportunities, growth within the organization, they are more engaged and motivated in their work. They have a sense of purpose and are committed to the organization's success. And this really is the big one, talent retention. Employees are more likely to stay with a company that invests in their professional development. Reducing turnover and retaining experienced staff saves recruitment and training costs. And you guys, not everything has to have a cost to it. Even trainings like this one, involving your staff and asking them to come to it makes all the difference in the world. Continuous learning and growth fosters innovation. Employees who are encouraged to explore new ideas and approaches can contribute fresh insights and solutions to your business as well. And then skills development. Providing opportunity allows employees to enhance their skills and capabilities, making them valuable contributors to your organization. I like to say this, that my generation, Gen X, made this the thing. Work-life balance became extremely important to Generation X. But we have found that it's even more important in both the millennial generation and Gen Z. So promoting a healthy work-life balance will encourage employees to take breaks, use their vacation time, and maintain manageable workload. Here are some important facts and reasons why the work-life balance is crucial. And we all know the mental and physical needs that come from this, and especially in our industry. Burnout is real. We're not going to ignore it. We understand it. Work-life balance reduces the risk of burnout, stress, and mental health issues. Chronic stress can lead to a range of physical and psychological health problems, including heart disease, anxiety, and depression. We want to be aware of these things. Increased productivity cannot be overlooked. Absolutely. If you're not tired and at the grind, you're going to be more creative, more focused, and more productive while you're at work. Work-life balance helps with job satisfaction. Employees who have a good work-life balance tend to be more satisfied with their jobs. High job satisfaction often results in increased engagement and better performance. And here's the key one I want everyone to hold on to today: lower turnover. Companies that prioritize work-life balance experience lower employee turnover rates. Reducing turnover saves costs associated with recruitment and training. Work-life balance is a great recruitment tool. So an organization that offers a healthy balance is more attractive to potential employees, making it easier to attract and retain the top talent. When you have a good balance, you have reduced absenteeism, and it brings creativity and innovation. A well-rested, well-balanced mind is more creative and innovative. Personal experiences and relaxation time often spark new ideas and solutions. I really do like to encourage people to think about that creativity side of your staff. If you're working all day and then doing a team meeting at the end of the day, and you saved the most important thing for that team meeting to the very end, think about the creative solution ability of that staff member to do that as the very last thing before they want to run out of the building, or maybe the very first thing in the morning before they start their day. Creativity is really critical in the workplace, and including your staff in that is really important. Work-life balance is important for physical well-being. It's important for your social impact. When you're involved in your community, your parents notice that, your team notices that, they step outside of themselves and give back. It makes really nice loyalty operations for that. And then employees who feel their employer values their work-life balance are often more loyal and committed to the organization. And that kind of goes without saying. Recognition and reward. So recognizing your employees for their contributions can include verbal recognition, bonuses, promotions, or other incentives. This is often overlooked in small business settings, as it's not common to have an employee of the month. I mean, if it's you and one other person, congratulations, you're the employee of the month. We don't want to make our employees feel trivialized either. It's important that that recognition be genuine and real. Recognize a growth opportunity and then really recognize them when they grow and that you see a change and a difference in that. It's important that your childcare business not skip this important piece. Employees stay when they feel valued. Show your staff that they are important to your team. Okay, so now I'd like to leave the floor open for anyone who might have a couple of questions about recruitment and retention in your own personal organization. If you have any tips or tricks that you think that you should share with the group on how you've been able to do some of these steps and what you think about retention in your organization.
Feel free to use the chat too if you don't want
If you don't want to talk, yeah.
I'll say something. I recently hired two gals at the same time, well, like a week or two apart. And I still treated everybody the same, it was like communication. And I still had one grab her kid and herself and walk out in the middle of the day,
Oh my
even though I treated them the same. And so it is a hard industry, and they felt that I favored the other person because I had them work a different shift. I'm like, this person has two kids, you have one kid, that it's a ratio basis, it's not a favoritism. And they still walked out, and it's a hard balance. But even though you treat everybody the same, sometimes it still doesn't work.
Yeah, and that's just so true that you can't you could do everything right and still have that experience. Absolutely. It's just the way that it is. And you guys, we recognize so much that your businesses are so specialized, and you have a shift of one kind and a shift of another kind, and you're gonna face those struggles and those challenges. Doing the important work in the interview process, doing your best due diligence to make sure it's a personality fit, doing that sort of stuff is really the best you can do. And when the situation like that happens, it really is awful, and it's not fair for you, for your families, for anything like that. And that's frustrating. I totally get it. All right.
So I was just going to add really quickly in that situation, depending on the size of your program, but I think it's important to address that with the rest of your staff, because in a program, there can be people in and out until you find that right person, and it's hard on the rest of the staff. So I think being really upfront and transparent, they don't need to know the why, but just addressing like, hey, it wasn't a good fit, I'm sorry, we're working on trying to find the right person, instead of just having this continual revolving door into their classroom, or because it's really hard on the staff that stay, and that can cause issues with them even if they've been there for a long time. So I think just really also making sure your staff are involved in a positive way and knowing what's happening in the program is huge for that.
Well, luckily I'm group, so like we only had like 8 kids all together with that person's kid. So it didn't affect anything other than I really had to watch, like there was times my employee was working a 10-hour day. And
Yeah.
as soon as I could cut her loose, I let her go. And if I did the best I could. I can't work right now, so I had to have both of them working. And
Yeah.
it really put my employee in a pickle. And we got it figured out, and we're getting through it. Now we're all sick, and we're getting through it.
Sick is the word of the season. I feel so bad for you all. It's what I hear every minute of the day. Well, thank you so much for bringing that up. I love what Tammy said. She's like, you can hire 10 people before you find a good fit, but don't give up. Do not give up. Keep that list of what a good fit looks like and go from there for you and your program. So just want to remind everyone, we really like your feedback. It helps us. So please follow the QR code, follow the link, do your survey on how these trainings are doing for you. And then sign up for our newsletter. That's how you find out all the good and exciting things that are happening in your industry around the state. So stay connected with us on the socials, 0 to 5 at Facebook and Instagram and everywhere else. And lastly, I want to finish with, we have applications open for our next business accelerator cohort. So the applications are open today. You can go to our website and find the application there, Montana Child Care Business Connect. And so this next cohort for our business accelerator program is going to focus on people who are in their first year of operation or in that very beginning pre-venture new business aspect. And this is a really great opportunity where we can pair you directly with a mentor, and that mentor can work with you, and we go through all of the basic steps of starting and operating a successful and profitable childcare business. And it's a wonderful program. We're just wrapping up our first accelerator group. All of them opened and are successful and doing great now, and we're very excited about it. So if you're interested, or if you know someone who is brand new to childcare, to opening a childcare, or who is in their first year and really could use some business supports, even if this is you, we would love for you to please go out to our website, take a look at this. It's a 6-month cohort where we walk through how to make you an amazing, successful business owner. So that's all I got for everyone today. Thank you so much for your time, and we will see you next week when we have one of our child care providers on to talk to us about onboarding. Thank you.